What up, guys? Hopefully, you're having a great weekend. Let's have a quick market wrap up. What has been going on this week and um, what's next. But first, don't forget to check our partner sideshift.ai. I will add the link to our show notes. But yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is currently at 103K, so well above the critical 100K level. And when looking at this chart by material indicators, we can see that like whale level addresses are heavily buying. So we are seeing, looking at the CVD, we are seeing retail selling basically and whales buying. So that's usually a good sign. So when whales are in accumulation mode, it's obviously a positive sign here. And I think so retail is not in yet, but Bitcoin has a lot of upward potential, and I think like after the whales have now started the accumulation, retail will surely follow later. So I'm very bullish about this one. So yeah, whales buying, interesting. And when looking at on-chain data, this is from CryptoQuant. We are seeing that Bitcoin's exchange reserves are still dropping. So we had this kind of like pivot back in 22 when the exchange reserves started to drop, and now like the drop is escalating currently, and what it basically means is that people or like investors are pulling their Bitcoin out of centralized exchanges into like cold storage and other like other wallets, and that's a good sign. And also there's about like that's about demand, and the same can be seen for Ethereum. So also Ethereum's exchange reserves are dropping currently, and it's the same thing. So as Bitcoin basically becomes more scarce, we know that in theory there is only 21 million Bitcoin units available, and that's in theory because there are like many lost Bitcoins. So like the actual amount of Bitcoins in circulation, supply in circulation is a lot lower. And as there's a lot of demand for Bitcoin, people don't want to just store their coins on exchanges are pulling them out. So this is a very good sign, and that's about the scarcity of Bitcoin. And yeah, also related to this reserve thing is this illiquid supply. So basically, as I said, that Bitcoin is a very scarce asset. And the at the same time, the amount of illiquid supply is growing. So by some estimates, we are using the Glassnode data here. Like Bitcoin's illiquid supply has surpassed 14 million units. So that's a lot, and this illiquid supply. It means that over like 40 million Bitcoin are in like cold storage, or they're in form that they're not like easily tradable, or they're not easy to sell. And this is also a good sign because when more Bitcoin is this kind of like hard to sell form, it means that we obviously have more holders than so hodl hold, and it means that even when the spot price might fall, people don't have a tendency to sell them if they're in the cold storage. So this is a very good sign, and it also tells about like holders of last resort. Uh, in a way. So let's look at the macro. Andreas Steno Larsen recently commented that cryptocurrencies might have this like DeFi summer again. So basically, we had this DeFi summer in back in 2020, so Steno Larsen says that the current rally is powered by quiet credit expansion in West and softening USD. So the base case is that when USD is strong, Bitcoin is usually weak, and vice versa. So now because of the tariffs and other mayhem, we are seeing the USD weakening, and that's usually bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. So Steno Larsen sees a potential DeFi summer, or like a Bitcoin summer coming, while he might see an inflection point in August. So he sees that this rally might last until August. So in our last podcast we discussed this topic with Juhani, and our thesis was that like the Q4 has usually been positive for Bitcoin. So due to Bitcoin's seasonality, the last quarter has been bullish. But if the market follows this model by Larsen, I think it could be different. But I would still support like Q4 thesis. So positive Q4. That's like almost always happened. In the end, I was browsing some charts about Bitcoin's correlation with the TradFi, or like traditional stocks, and actually Bitcoin has been very correlated with Microsoft this year. So as some sources and analysts say, that Bitcoin is kind of like becoming this kind of like a technology stock. It actually this supports this data, because Bitcoin has been correlated with Microsoft. So as like Bitcoin matters as an asset class, I still believe that the Bitcoin will appreciate a lot, but still like when it has become this mainstream asset, I think it will more or less follow tech stocks like Microsoft. So that's a fact. Of course, this correlation could break. There could be like a decoupling event. It's always possible, but at least during the past year, Bitcoin has been correlated with Microsoft. And when looking at Bitcoin as an asset class, like basically Bitcoin's market cap is still around like 1/10 of gold. So as we call Bitcoin the digital gold, it makes sense because they both share the same scarcity features. The supply of both is scarce, and Bitcoin is still a very small asset class, as this chart shows. And I personally believe that Bitcoin could reach market cap parity with gold, and it would mean Bitcoin spot price going like 10x. So while it's now like 100K, that would mean like 1 million BTC. So that's a good target, and I can believe that. So while Bitcoin becomes more mainstream, it will eventually reach the market cap parity with gold. So yeah, that's plausible. And like there's a lot of stuff happening in institutional Bitcoin, and recently a company called Basel Medical announced that they will be accumulating like 1 billion USD worth of Bitcoin, and that's a huge deal coming. And MSTR strategy has been buying more Bitcoin recently, and as we discussed with Juhani, as we have been arguing that MSTR is this like leading indicator to the underlying asset, which is Bitcoin. And when MSTR is buying more, it is usually a good sign for Bitcoin. So MSTR's buys have been pro-cyclical. So when the spot price is going up, MSTR is buying more. And as we can see in this chart, MSTR wasn't buying that much after 21. So in 22, they were not buying a lot at all. So when the spot price was going down, they weren't interested in buying. But it recovered in 23 alongside the spot price. So yeah, they're buying pro-cyclically, really. And yeah, now we have a new institution actually, which is called 21. So probably some of you have heard about it. They're basically following MSTR's playbook. And they're arguing that they're basically a better option to MSTR, and that's interesting. Time will show if they can actually compete with MSTR, but yeah, it looks pretty promising, and we are following that. So in addition to MSTR, 21 is not the newest one, and then we had this Japanese Metaplanet institution who has been accumulating Bitcoin, and we don't have that many companies in Europe for now, but I believe we are going to have European MSTR in future, and also state level accumulation is happening. So as we compared Bitcoin with gold, nations have gold reserves, so I think it makes sense to have Bitcoin reserves as well. At least you should have some Bitcoin. So yeah, I think there have been talks in Switzerland and in Poland and other countries about building this reserve for BTC. But yeah, this 21 strategy competition is interesting, and we'll follow that closely. So perhaps they can actually compete or even eclipse Saylor himself. But yeah, that's about that. This is a wrap up, and hopefully you liked it, and see you next time. Also check our partner QuarnX, the leading Nordic exchange. Thank you. See you next time.